So I had this idea that we could potentially do a show before the Olympia.
With how things are going now, I would fully support that.
Good. So, looks like we're doing the...
Shape, look at you, Phoebe. Look at that line on your way too. That's a huge improvement. Dang, Phoebe. Look at this.
It's good though, like I'm happy with the shape. I think I've just been feeling it a lot the last couple of weeks, but I think it's been obviously forced on each, you know, it's been for the conditioning and stuff. Yeah, so I feel good.
You got 5 weeks?
To see it live is just different, man.
You got 5 weeks. At this rate, you might even go do a show earlier.
Well, I was going to discuss to you before, I kind of just want to do it, if I'm honest.
I don't
go full send.
You know what, you want to hear something crazy? You pop so much. I know that our body fat's a little bit higher right now, but you pop so much that even if you were to get on stage like this at like a regular show, like they wouldn't say much about your conditioning.
Well, yeah, but conditioning is still pretty, like you can see everything.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the main thing. I think even if we were to pull down, like, bring down information and bring down other things and stuff, I'd still be pretty tight.
Yeah, you'd be right on point with some of the girls who've been winning this year, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's funny, like, you know, that's what because they talk about that with bodybuilders, and they're like, oh, they're not as lean as they used to be, and I'm like, well, they're not as lean because they're way bigger. They don't have to be
they're way
lean,
bigger.
and the muscle pops through, you know?
Sleep has been okay. Digestion at the beginning of the week, I said to Max, I was like, it feels like it was slow at the beginning. Now it's a little bit better, but yeah, I think it's just that. I think once we kind of get past that, I think I'm just going to keep just dropping, because
a lot of this is going to come down to you just not doing so much work. You know. So.
Yeah. I think once we've obviously hit that kind of good point of obviously where we need to be, and then we bring down inflammation, I think my weight will just come down like very quick.
Yeah, I think the golden number is going to be like 66
kilos on stage.
To like to like where we hit that, where it's like last year we started kind of being like, okay, we're here, let's start eating here, let's take a day off here, let's do this. I think that's going to be like the golden number for you, where we're both like, hey, we're there, you know, conditioning's there. So
I mean, what do you feel in terms of like just how I look anyway, in terms of like what needs to be still coming? I still think obviously my lower body still needs to come down, obviously. It does feel very inflamed. I had a massage on Tuesday and I still feel inflamed from it. I also trained legs on Tuesday.
So in terms of your conditioning, I'm definitely not worried about it anymore. If you get a little, I mean, we need you a little tired for the Olympia, of course. But that's like, we're talking Olympia level conditioning, right? Even local level, I'd be like, if you were 2 weeks out right now, I'd be totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? Because your weight is so much higher, you put on a lot of muscle. But look-wise, there's still some imbalance from lower to upper, but that's just because of body fat and because of inflammation, I think. Well, it is because of that. I don't think that. It is because of that. So once that comes together, then I think the look-wise will be complete. But if you look at your lines in your front pose, this is now, you know you're getting in shape when you get that detail.
Yeah.
You get that detail, and then we know this is basically a timetable to us. So like, when this line goes to here, we're X weeks out. When this line goes to here, we're like getting closer. When this line's all the way up, you're there, right? So you're like, now you're seeing the hint of the line.
Yeah.
And so this is a couple weeks for that for your full conditioning. It's like a thermometer.
Yeah. No, I get you. I bought upper body, like full upper. If you wanted to just do a full upper body, I think.
Well,
or do you not?
When's the last time you did an arm pump?
Last time I saw you.
What was it?
As in, like, I don't train arms. Like, I'm not training because you told me not to directly train arms, just literally
once a week, just do like a pump.
Yeah. So I mean, we could do arms today and stuff as well.
I want to use our time. I just want to trying to see where we're at with the full upper body. So let's do back and shoulders, and we'll do exercises that will give you a little bit of arm movement too. So then we can just use that as it. So let's start off with shoulders, most important. And I want to do this. This is going to be the first one for. So we're going to work from front to back on the shoulders. Yeah. So we're going to start off with the front delts. So the first thing we're going to do is a front raise. We do it seated. Actually, no, it's burn calories. Let's do it standing.
He loves to burn calories.
We'll get an extra 3 calories in.
I was going to say he loves to burn calories.
It's a neutral.
That's his.
Right now, that's all that matters. It'll be. This is going to work off one piece of gum.
Yeah. Whoa, let's go. So just front raises.
Yep, front raises. We'll go isolated like this, same time. And we'll reach that tension point. Years ago, you're just like, oh, I think I'm gonna do bikini, and now you're like one of the top 10 girls in the world. Isn't that nuts as a bodybuilder?
The thing is, it's mad for me because I don't think I ever, like I said this before openly, like I never thought it would actually happen.
Yeah.
Because when I did, again, even before I was with you, watching you guys on YouTube, like you and Ashley and other people in that, I was like, that will never happen. Like that will never happen. Because like how?
Yeah.
I'm just a random girl from the UK, there's just no way that I'm gonna be able to get to the biggest show in the world ever. So it's kind of, it's kind of
I tell
cool.
people it's got to happen to someone. Someone's got to be champ. Someone's got to be top 10. You know, someone's got to win the show.
Yeah.
Why not you?
Exactly. So
It's kind of crazy to think about that, really, because it's the odds are so minimal. But it's got to be someone. You know. So
yeah, no, I get that, and it's cool to see it. It's cool to feel it as well.
You and Ashley have been one of the few people who've been able to hang over the last 5 years and like grow with the sport and stay consistent with the sport. Like how many girls were good 5 years ago that aren't even around anymore? You know? They just couldn't hang with the sport. And but it's evolved so much the last 5 years, and both of you have been up for it.
Bodybuilding is like that's what it's supposed to be about. You're supposed to grow with the sport and what it's about. And like I don't know, I feel like people want it too quick, and they're like in 1 year they're like, oh, I didn't get Olympia qualification this year, so I'm just gonna give up. I'm like, it took me 4 fucking years. It took me 4 years.
And you won a show. And you won a show and didn't get to Olympia. And like, that still pisses me off. That one makes me mad, and then the European 4th place makes me mad.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That one knocked the wind out of me, man. I wasn't right for a week after that one.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but we got through it, and it's our success story. It's all part of our success story. So
now maybe we'll get qualified again before the Olympia.
Seems to be a trend.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
All right, we got one more of these, and then we're gonna do superset back lat pulls with bent over rear delts.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Rear delts. Getting a good pump with your carbless body. Good. We'll go one more here, and then we're gonna do some just back stuff.
Thing is, it's funny because you say like obviously, you know, I'm on a lot less carbs than I usually am. But again, because I have more muscle, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, your flat isn't that flat.
My flat, it's flat. Like I feel flat. It could be more pumped, but it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like, I mean, that's pretty pumped, considering I have had 1 meal and it's not like, it's like 80 grams of rice.
Actually flex.
So that's my flat.
You get a crazy clavicle base and round muscles.
Yeah.
Really round, you know? Like the just roundness of them, you know? It's kind of like a bikini flex wheeler.
Yeah.
It's like just bubbly.
I'm the bikini flex wheeler.
Big cat boo hearing boo, it's a bit mushy. I'm getting that boo hearing boo, it's a bit mushy. I'm getting big cat boo hearing boo, it's a bit mushy. I'm getting boo hearing boo, it's a bit mushy. I'm getting big cat boo hearing boo.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
Yeah, my joints are
All
fucking
right, that's
sore.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a good
job.
good
You've been
session.
killing it. You've been doing
Yeah.
good. Proud of
I'm
you.
very, very happy with how everything's going. I think it's just a case of just seeing how we improve each week.
Yep.
Take it day by day.
Yeah.
It's like my lower body's just exploded. That's the same weight.
Top too, shoulders too.
That's the same weight.
It's really weird, right? Like, cause
And I was like, oh, it's a posing thing. And I was like, Max was like, it's not a posing thing because if you scroll down, like my feet are the same like stance. It's my hamstrings, my quads, my just lower half in general has gotten just a lot bigger.
it's not too big.
No, but I think for me, I think last year, again, that front pose, like I had glutes in my back shot. My back shot was like, I was happy with that. I think it was just the fullness in my upper glutes and the projection that I lost a little bit last year.
You see how this is like really rounded out now?
Yeah.
And this has like a divot. Like you see that divot? Yeah, that's just more muscle tissue here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that a lot in women that aren't fully filled out yet, and you'll see like the hard bump.
Yeah.
You barely have it at this point, but it's there. And here it's like fully smooth and round and full
Yeah.
complete, you know? So
I'm happy with my hamstrings because my hamstrings has always been like one thing that I just feel like I'm very straight. So I feel like I have more pop there. Which
yeah,
is
that's
good
one
to
thing
see.
I always look for, that roundness in the hamstring and the front pose, you know? I like the nice round here, and you do really have it now. This is a pretty crazy package.
Yeah.
I don't, the judges are definitely going to notice it. I don't think anyone in the top 10 will have put on as much muscle as you year to year. You know, and that's the good thing is they wanted you to be fuller. So that like works in your favor, you know? So in terms of what they wanted from you, you probably did the most from year to year in terms of what they wanted. I mean, everyone's going to put on a little bit here and there, but not like that. Not like kilos of pounds, you know? Not like 2 kilos worth of weight. Not much more to go. Yeah, I think 3 weeks is fair. Because even, I mean, obviously you're going to get a tiny bit tighter here, but even in this shape, like, this is the shape that, you know, someone just won in recently, you know?
They don't want it to be super, super in like I was last time. They still want that shape.
Yeah, it's
which
more
I think
about
I have.
fullness and shape.
I think as well, if I was to have, like, when we have more food, because again, like, I feel like I'm not as, like, you know, when we have carbs and I feel like I suck it in, when we get to that point where I have that food and we just kind of get that suck in, I think that would change a lot.
The difference from week to week progress, you did make some good progress, but I think it could have been a little bit more, and I think your body's just getting beat up.
Yeah.
You know? And we had that day off, which I thought would give us a little bit more. I know energy-wise it did good for you.
Yeah.
But I do think that a reload would be good for you, because that's a common thing for you, is either a day or a spike day, and then you seem to get a good loss after that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've done that many times where you've you've had a big day and then you lose weight the next couple days.
Yeah.
So I think that this week we need to do that. We're doing legs today.
Upper today, and then legs tomorrow.
Legs tomorrow. Then we would do the higher calorie day on your leg day tomorrow. Help with the recovery of those legs. They need it, and then we can do a reload meal tomorrow. We'll keep it clean though, just because we're close. We might be 3 weeks out, you know?
Yeah.
So a reload meal tomorrow. Let's put you at tomorrow 2,100 calories. And then which is 900. I know. Yeah. And then
Yes. The thing is, I'm not scared of food, and you know, I'm not.
Yeah.
You're like, it's fine. When you give me big foods, I'm like, yes, give me more. Give me more.
I want it to be primarily from carbs.
No,
so
yeah, that makes sense.
white rices, cream of rice, things like that, and then but have fun with it, you know. Just keep it foods that aren't going to cause you any, you know.
Yeah,
like,
inflammation and
yeah.
stuff. I'm not gonna have
Chocolate, rice
pizza.
cakes,
Don't worry, I won't have pizza or anything stupid like that. I'll check in back with you anyway. I'll take pictures and stuff. I'll probably go to Dragons the next couple of days anyway. Just take some photos, just so I can see what my weight does, what my body does, like with this food.
Yeah. Mix it up however you want with it. It could be oatmeal or whatever, you know.
I'll probably stick to rice. I might even get some rice cakes maybe, because I haven't had them for a while.
Cakes or something like
Oh,
that.
haven't had them for a while, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, it's a good way to have it.
And they're easy. And then in terms of doing the show, do you think, like, when do you think would be kind of a good point to be like, right, let's fully focus on that? Because I don't want it to be, I think I just want to lock in it. I feel like I can't, like, focus on not it being like a maybe. I don't feel like it needs to be set now, but I feel like...
I don't see any way that you shouldn't do the show.
Okay.
Because I think strategically it's risky because you don't... It is and it isn't. I mean, you got to remember, you beat Daraja a week before the Olympia, right? 2 weeks before the Olympia, whatever it is. So it's not like set in stone if someone does beat you there.
Yeah.
But you do run into that, right? That slight, oh, if she beat her here 2 weeks earlier, then she'll beat her there type of thing, like that kind of precedent.
I also do like hyping up the show and like getting people to kind of come if they are there and stuff as well, because I feel like that's fun when there's more of an audience, more people there.
I'm up for it if you're up for it.
Okay. Yeah.
As long as you're accepting of the risk and you get it.
I completely get it, and I think mentally I would actually prefer it mentally if I knew I was like 100% doing it versus it being like, oh, I don't know, like I just want to know so I can then focus on that. And then obviously the Olympia is the main goal, but I just need that kind of like confirmation. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a great idea. I think that you're 2 kilos away from like really peaking right now, and I think that 30 weeks time it should be enough time. The good thing is that week you're so full that we don't really need to do a crazy full reload.
Well, that's what I mean. We don't need to do. We can do something similar to what we did at Texas. We don't have to. I mean, Texas, which I don't think anyone knows, we didn't carb up, we didn't have any carbs like that show day, which is crazy because I was so full.
You didn't even pump up.
No, I didn't pump up or anything, which was literally like just another day.
Just strategy, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm definitely happy to lock it in with this show and say like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Like, let's do it, type thing.
I say go for it. I'm very confident in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think worst case scenario is you go against a heavy hitter, and worst case scenario is second. It's a close battle.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst case scenario because it's not like you're not going to be in shape. Even right now, they'd be like, oh, I'll get a little tighter, but you could even win like this.
Yeah.
You know?
So, well, looks like we're doing it. Another show.
I think it's great.
I'm excited. And the thing is, I thrive off it. I'd prefer to kind of know whether or not, like I said, know whether or not I'm doing it. So then at least I can kind of work towards it and be like, yeah, let's do it. Fully lock it.
Makes it 2 weeks earlier and gives you a little more mental.
More focus, and then at least it gives me more. I prefer it as well because then I can do my routine. I can get all those nerves out, and I like that kind of because I haven't stepped on stage just yet either. Yeah. I feel like I just want to have a little warm up, and then 2 weeks is. I always hate 2 weeks before because I feel like a week is like enough because it's just straight back into it versus a week. It'll be fine though, and I want to do it.
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Exciting. Okay, cool. Well, I'll kind of have a look at stuff and see what we can do moving forward from there. So,
yeah.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So I had this idea that we could potentially do a show before the Olympia.
With how things are going now, actually, I would fully support that.
Okay, that's good. So, looks like we're doing the Hurricane Pro before the Olympia.